Alright, well. I've decided for this episode that we're not going to do immediately like, neuromods for like the aliens and stuff like that, but we're just going to go visit the bridge of the station. Because why not? I have to do that eventually, so why not just do it right now? And apparently difficulty can be changed at any time via the gameplay options menu without consequence. Isn't that fun? Now, I will note that I'm going to the bridge, by the way. It's actually worth knowing that the bridge is basically sort of like an optional area until like the very end of the game, so you can basically visit whenever you basically want to for like, when you have access to it, but you don't actually have to visit until like the very, very end, I don't think. But we'll visit it now, because why not? Yes, everything's loaded, isn't it nice? I don't remember ever being like any enemies around here, but whatever. Let's just look around and make sure there isn't any. Take those. Alright, so here's the bridge. Now, I'll note that basically with the bridge, by the way, it's sort of like an interesting area in this game because all the other areas in the game, you can basically like, you have to basically visit them as like, they become available to you. But the bridge is more or less different in the fact that basically like, it basically is available in the Arboretum whenever you like, get down here. But the thing about it is that like, when we basically come to the bridge, by the way, it'll essentially be like, just an area you can basically visit. And like, there won't be like any major objectives here basically to view until like, later on in the game. So it's sort of backwards this area and basically how it's sort of portrayed. Now, there's probably going to be a Grey Mimic around here somewhere, so we'll have to deal with that. That's dead. If I want to use a stun gun. There's the escape pods. We'll deal with those eventually. Well, I took a hit there, but whatever, we still killed it. Alright, so that should be basically this area, like, more or less, like, contained for now. Yes, the command deck and the escape pods. That turret's seen better days, but oh well. Oh, we can make ourselves a new Science pistol if we want to. Oh wait, that's the ammo. Never mind.
Scan complete. New psionic aptitude available.
Yeah, by the way, I can just shoot this guy normally and he'll still die eventually.
Good evening, Talos. We'd like to remind you that company policy requires you to log any voluntary extension of your work hours with the station counselor. We know the projects aboard Talos 1 are exciting, but even the brightest minds need adequate rest.
Is he stuck or something? It's kind of annoying I got, shot off at me there, but oh well. We got some stuff basically to eat, so, it's fine. Alright, so this is basically the bridge of, the station. And as you can see here, basically these guys didn't fare, any better than anywhere else in the place. Alright, let's just go up here for now. So, I'll note up here basically is a very special objective to basically view. And oh yeah, these guys are here as well. And unfortunately, there's data marks. Alright, so I'll note basically I did explore video back in the day for this game. And in it there's basically this decision here. The shuttle advent. So basically there's this thing here. There's basically a shuttle that's left the station. And you have very little information, but you have to make a decision. Do you let the shuttle land? Possibly with Typhon on it and possibly infest Earth? Or do you blow up the shuttle so it doesn't get the Earth and you save it from potential Typhon exposure, but at the cost of human lives on board? So, the shuttle advent. Captain Marks. Before it's too late, I thought you need to know that the shuttle advent departed just before the first alarms. They did go through standard inspection, but that was before we knew what to look for. If they land in Seattle with one of those things aboard, I've enabled the scale charges on Advent. They can be activated remotely from the bridge. It's in your hands, Captain. They will touch down soon. For what it's worth, they have no idea the scale charges are enabled. Drew Springer, Flight Engineer, Transstar Talos 1. And there's something for Sarah Melzer. So I'll note basically do you like this thing here. You have a decision to make. Do you let the shuttle land? Or do you blow up the smithereens so it doesn't infest the Earth with possible Typhon exposure that may or may not be on the shuttle? Now I'll note by the way, this is a very interesting sort of thought exercise because this doesn't have any effect at all on your gameplay. Basically, there's no decision that could really be made with this thing here because it's not necessarily an ethical decision so to speak. Basically, there's a possibility that the Earth might get infested by a typhoon if there's a typhoon on board, or there might not be, and you're just going to kill everyone that's basically on board with little recourse basically as a result. So it's basically how do I put this? I'm very much in mind of the Star Trek quote, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or basically stuff like that from Vulcan. And in many ways it's very much that sort of ideology being put into practice here because you can let the shuttle land, but it might be better to blow it up. Actually, just doing a quick save here. Okay, so I'm not basically pressing F here doesn't do anything, so we're gonna blow it up because I'm just so I'm basically in a killing everyone regardless. So boom. So countdown is cancelled, and we blew it up. A decision had to be made, so it was made. Now, no part of Jada Marks here. She's basically like, the captain of like, this like, station. So she's basically like, the main person basically in charge of basically what's going on here. But whatever. And by the way, doesn't the holographic like view of like the station look nice? You can see like there's a shell over there. See stuff over there. See others like the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Moon. And here's Talos 1 basically right here. It's like flight path. All very beautiful. Alright, now I'll note that Jada Marks here, she's basically the only like golden gun that we basically got before. She basically like asked her like crew member to basically get it, though she basically died in the process. We'll take her regular gun though.
This is Captain Jada Marks. I'm setting down for posterity my deliberation over the fate of the shuttle Advent. I'm unable to determine with confidence if the Advent departed before being contaminated by the life forms presently overwhelming Talos 1. Best guess, based on telemetry data, Advent departed approximately 30 minutes prior to the first incident report logged by security. 30 minutes. It is within that narrow gap of uncertainty I must decide whether or not to remote detonate the shuttle and its 5 passengers. They may very well be flying a cargo hold full of mimics to an unsuspecting Earth. They may not.
Captain! We could sure as hell use that golden gun right about now!
I don't... Alex, this is Captain Marks. I'm calling to let you know I've authorized a full evacuation of Talos 1. I've tried to issue a mayday to Earthside operations, but our external communication systems are malfunctioning. If you're still with us, we're keeping our posts until the last pods are safely away. Marks out.
So yeah, I'll note that she's basically trying to do everything she could, of course, with like the infestation, but when shit hits the fan, there's nothing you can really do about it. Alright, we got some stuff here. We're just gonna get a little drunk, because why not? Alright, now, note basically on her computer here, besides basically like, the emails, there's something for like the PA system, so basically like, station-wide announcements are pre-ordered and played accordingly to the regular scheduled rotation. You can basically enable, disable. Evacuation announcement. Emergency evacuation message cannot be triggered without operation from LXU. Alright, well, that's all that in here. So this is basically the bridge, like, the place, so to speak. There's basically the observation deck right here, where you basically observe everything. Now there's the captain's loft up there, which makes you decide stuff. Well, we know he's in there. Now we're going to scan. I'll note that in this game there's like no lack of these like faulty fantasies to deal with.
Scan complete.
Now it's the last one of the scan, by the way, so hooray.
New psionic aptitude available.
Oh, here's something else, so for paying attention. It's basically all like, the data basically like, being gathered here. There's something I like about these emails, by the way. Notice how there's like a CC for Jada Marks, so basically the captain knows. By the way, this guy can't get to me. Except for that.
Operator approach.
Good evening, Talos. As a reminder, all personnel must complete monthly physicals during their stay aboard Talos 1. Dr. DeVries promises to make them as quick and painless as possible.
There's an impact amp right there, by the way. So, very nice. Alright, so I don't think we checked these emails here, so... Oh, this is a security station, so... There's our area map. Basically, like, you know, we came from over here. There's, like, the escape pods, like, you know, over in this direction. And there's, like, the captain's loft we explored before. It's not a very big, like, area to break, so, you know, there's not a whole lot to explore, but, you know... We'll still explore it.
I got an SOS from a Kirk Remmer. I was gonna route him to security, but we got cut off. He said he was at the escape pods in life support.
So call Chief Show up in deep storage. I'm not a network engineer.
You're his supervisor?
Lady, do you people even know what is happening down here? One of my cargo bays blown wide open, and I've got multiple MIAs. Please tell me there's a medical team on the way.
I'm sorry, I don't know, but I can relay your message to Dr. DeVries and...
Christ, I've got to go.
Alright, well, there's an interesting message. Alright, let's eat some food because, you know, we have food here. There's Omar right there. Key character briefing from him. Oh, you can see like the monitors, like all the different parts, like, you know, the stations of navigation, power plant. So here's Talos monitoring, so basically there's our cameras and stuff. Notice if I power it off, basically there's like, you know, no power basically in here. So that's what it's basically for. But you can reverse it, you can like forward it, you can pause it. There's like, you know, R&D of the station, by the way. There's the engineer level. No, I do very much like the effects for this like game where, like, you know, we're basically like looking at these like windows, like these looking glasses from like, you know, elevated spaces. You have like a different, like, you know, glimpse of what they basically look like. It's like, you know, from up here we have like, you know, more view basically of, like, down there and stuff like that, and like less view of up there. Alright, well, that's basically like, you know, the observation deck for the most part. I got Milk over here. We'll steal him quickly enough. We're just going to leave those food on the ground for now, so I can look around first. Ooh, stuff in here. Alright, at this point I'm gonna start jettisoning stuff I don't really need, so I don't really need to like use cigars, so I can probably jettison that. We want this for its like meals and stuff. That might be useful as well. We can probably get rid of the baseball gloves, so just get rid of those. Get rid of his banana peel. Here's Perry. There's a brig safe. I think there's basically code somewhere to basically find in here for the brig safe. At least I don't think this is basically damaged or anything. It's like a level up walk, so. There's Sky. There's another amp for like the Psycho Shock. Lots and lots of food around here. By the way, just so you know, Milk's basically changed into like food and like RMs like that. That's why I'm like, you know, just doing quick checks here and there because you know there are mix on this level like crazy. Now use cigar. Always your bulk casters, you know.
Inspecting. Your suit integrity is compromised. We'll fix that. Repair complete.
There we go. Quick little fix to my like, you know, thing here. Alright, so it's basically the back of like, you know, the like, you know, briefing room, so to speak. Not a whole lot back here, but you know, we'll come back here to have a look around. Probably this is like where you find like, you know, the operator for like, you know, the dispenser for him. Pick those up. I don't know, Bob, we can like look through like the looking glass on the side and it's like, you know, it's plain. But you can see like, you know, still like, you know, the images of the stuff on the other side here, so it's kind of neat basically how the looking glasses sort of look and like work. From the other side, so to speak. Now I thought there was some mimics back here, but I guess there isn't any, so I guess for now we're basically done with this like, you know, the bridge. Except for like the escape pods, so let's go down there next. I really don't need any of this stuff here, I guess, so let's leave it alone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like, you know, a key code basically for like this somewhere, but you know, we'll have to look for it, I guess, first. So let's go down to the escape pods. I'll get my gun out. Actually, we'll get this out. If I recall, it's going to be another, like, you know, Voltic Phantom, because, like, they're all over the place in the brig, so... Well, there's at least another Phantom, so that's right. I have no idea where those cystoids came from, but whatever. We got hit by in the back there a little bit. We don't need that, so... There goes kill those guys with the glue gun. Alright, so no body down here is like dead bodies, like people who like didn't make it. There's our chipset. So sneak attacks can restore Psi. We're just gonna eat that. You know, I wish you could like just like, remove stuff from like bodies and stuff if you want to, but whatever. There's a Typhon corpse. Now, no bother about the escape pods if you try and use them. You're gonna notice that basically all of these basically fail to be like, launched.
This escape pod is currently experiencing a malfunction. Engineering has been notified. Please use another. This is a reminder that the identity of guests visiting Talos is strictly confidential.
So yeah, it's kind of neat, but these escape pods here, by the way, essentially, like, if you come down to like use them, you'll find that they're all basically malfunctioning. And that was intentional, I think, on part of like, the NPCs of this game, so to speak. No recycler charge this time around. If you watch the explore video, it's like, pause very like important for like, later on down the road, but we'll say like, if you don't kill the chef, you'll eventually find me over here at some point in the game. Alright, so that's basically exploration basically done for like, the bridge. It's a very like, small area for like sure, so it's like not like basically a whole lot basically to find, but it has a little bit of interesting stuff basically on it for sure, basically come to. Now, I'm not bothered for the bridge, by the way. I didn't actually come down to the bridge until, like, I basically had to confront the cook. But, it's worth noting I basically come down here. It's a fairly, like, easy slog for, like, stuff here. And then, like, you have a, like, nice little decision basically make with, like, the shuttle advent.
Inspecting. Your suit's leaking. I'll patch that for you. Definitely.
I will say it's nice having, the, like, the engineering operator down here, though. Very, very nice. Nice, let's heal up with these right here. Alright, now here's a question. When I leave, is there going to be a nightmare basically confronting me outside? Because that's always fun. We'll find out soon enough if there's a nightmare here or not, because it'll basically, of course, be visible on the, like, the area, so to speak. And by the looks like there is no like nightmare, so we should be good to go. Alright. Whoa! I'm not by one, boy, I can always go down this way. Oh!
Scan complete.
Almost scanned these guys fully, but whatever.
Satellite altitude available.
So I'll note that stuff basically respawn here in the Arboretum. Obviously, because everything's basically trying to kill me now. It's good. It's worth showing basically you have to be very careful whenever you revisit these areas because they will respawn the enemies and you have to basically be dealing with that now. And by the way, I could have actually stealth past those guys, but whatever. I'm just gonna quickly go over here now to basically recycle the stuff I basically got. That can go in there, those can go in there. There's some more stuff right there. So I know at this point we need to recreate some more ammo, so shotgun shells, just making a little bit more V's. I'll have to make a whole lot more bullets, I guess. And let's pick a little more shotgun shells. That'll do me. It's worth it. I can actually make EMP charges and a lot of the grenade types as well. I don't use them, but they're still effective to make use of from time to time. Actually, you know what? Can I make disruptor charges? Or the disruptor ammo? Batteries? I should probably get some more of these as well. Now, it may seem like I'm not using a whole lot of material space to make my ammo, but this is going down quite a bit as I make stuff. So you always keep in mind that your ammo is limited in this game. So you still find a lot of it regardless, so not too limited, but limited enough. I assume our engineer friend's still in here, or medical doctor.
Welcome. Maybe I can help you.
Yeah, he's around here somewhere.
Diagnosing. Looks like you've had a rough day. I'll have you feeling better soon. There. All better. Don't forget to complete a patient questionnaire. Your feedback will be invaluable.
Alright, well, that'll basically be it for like this episode. We basically like, went for the breaks, we like, you know, killed a few things. Came back here and like, you know, got ambushed by conscious stuff that respawned. I was just like the fried hard drive as well. Now, on the basically, I'm just trying to think if it'll be like worth to like, you know, use my neuromod space right now to like, you know, show off like the alien skills. I might actually do that. I'm not entirely sure if I will or not, but you know, it's something to throw out there that I can actually like, you know, show them off if I want to. But if I want to basically do it, I'll basically do it like, you know, now, because like the next little bit, like, you know, I'll not basically like, you know, last episode I like named it like, you know, end of phase 2, because when I basically jump into like the next like phase here, it's essentially going to be like, you know, when we like, you know, can't like go back to like the lobby or like any other place in the ship for like, you know, a little while. So yeah, do I want to basically like leave now or not? I'm not entirely sure. Oh! I'm really bad about being ambushed today, apparently. Boy, did I get ambushed there.
Hello. Good to see you again, Dr. Yu. Diagnosing. Looks like you've had a rough day. I'll have you feeling better soon. Good as new. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front desk.
You know, I'll note that this is actually fairly good, like, you know, showing of, like, you know, just how easily it is to get, like, killed in this game, because, like, even, like, just, like, going, like, you know, a brief little, like, you know, bit over here, just, like, you know, end a game, we, like, get ambushed by, like, a couple mimics there, and, like, they take off, like, you know, almost half my, like, character's health. I'll note, by the way, it's, like, the probably difference is because of the fact I don't have, like, you know, any mods basically on it to, like, you know, help my health or anything like that, but, you know, it still goes to show it hurts. But I just want to, like, you know, sit myself here so I know that this is going to be zapping from me, so. That'll be it for this episode. We made it for the bridge, basically, like, you know, showed off what was basically down there. Next time will be, like, you know, going here into, like, you know, deep storage, or I'll show off neuromods. I haven't really decided just yet, but I'll decide soon, and we'll just go from there. So take care.